This is Bill Mounce's translation exercise number 8. Ergetai es oikon. Ergetai, he comes. Es oikon, literally, into a house. This is kind of an idiom for saying he comes home. Es oikon, he comes home. Number 2. Ex elthen, ex autu. Ex elthen, he, she, or it. I think it's referring to a demon in the biblical context. So let's say it came out. Ex elthen, it came out. Ex autu, out of him. Ex autu, out of him. Of course, in English, we would not duplicate the word out. This is fairly common in Greek, that you have ex and ex duplicated, but the idea is it came out of him. Number 3. Doxan para anthropon ulambano. Ulambano, I do not receive. Doxan is accusative singular and is functioning as the direct object. So it is I do not receive glory. Para anthropon, para meaning with, by, beside. In this case it means from men. Doxan para anthropon ulambano, I do not receive glory from men. Number 4. Elalesen ho Jesus en parabolais tois ochlois. Elalesen ho Jesus, Jesus spoke. En parabolais, in parables. Tois ochlois, to the crowds. Parabolais and tois ochlois, both dated. En parabolais, in parables. Tois ochlois, to the crowds. Number 5. Kai e baptizonto hupautu ento Jordano. Kai e baptizonto hupautu ento Jordano. Kai is and, e baptizonto, they were baptized. There is no nominative, so the subject becomes the they that's embedded in the verb, and they were baptized. Hupautu, by him, ento Jordano, in the Jordan, referring to the Jordan River, of course. Kai e baptizonto hupautu ento Jordane, and they were baptized by him in the Jordan. Number 6. Kurios estin hohios tu anthropu kai tu sabatu. Kurios estin hohios tu anthropu kai tu sabatu. Kurios estin, Lord is, hohios tu anthropu, the son of man. Let's try to make sense of that little bit. Kurios estin hohios tu anthropu, Lord is the son of man. Most likely we're going to put these in the other order, and we're going to say the son of man is Lord. The son of man is Lord. Normally, the noun that has the article is the subject, and the one that does not is the predicate. And as you can see here, hohios has the subject. Sorry, has the article. What do we make then of kai tu sabatu? It is literally and of the Sabbath. The word kai, which normally means and, can sometimes mean also, and other times even. And the idea here seems to be the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. He's Lord also of the Sabbath, or even of the Sabbath. Kurios estin hohios tu anthropu kai tu sabatu. The Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. Number 7. Kai egeneto en ekenais tais emerais, elthen Jesus apo Nazaret tes Galileas, kai e baptiste eston Jordanen hupo Ioannu. Kai egeneto en ekenais tais emerais, elthen Jesus apo Nazaret tes Galileas, kai e baptiste est Jordanen hupo Ioannu. Kai egeneto, and it came to pass that En ekenais tais hemerais. En ekenais, ekenais means those, in those days. So, and it came to pass in those days that Elthen Jesus apon Nazaret tes Galileas. He came. Who came? Jesus is the subject. Jesus came. Elthen Jesus apon Nazaret, from Nazareth of Galilee. From Nazareth of Galilee, apon Nazaret tes Galileas. The genitive tes Galileas, of Galilee, means Nazareth, which belongs to Galilee. In English, we would say from Nazareth in Galilee, in the province of Galilee. Kai e baptiste, and he was baptized eston Jordanen, in the Jordan, hupo Ioannou, by John. Number 8. Ho theos agape estin, kai ho menon ente agape, ento theomene, kai ho theos in automene. Ho theos agape estin, kai ho menon ente agape, ento theomene, kai ho theos in automene. We start at the beginning. Ho theos agape estin, easy enough, I think, means God is love. Kai homenon, and the one remaining, ente agape, in the love, but we will translate in love. So it's kai homenon ente agape, ento theomene. Mene, hishio, it remains. So we have kai homenon ente agape, the one remaining in love, ento theomene. In God, he remains. That's a little bit clumsy in English, so we would tend to say the one remaining in love remains in God. Kai ho theos en auto mene, and ho theos, God, the subject, mene remains, the verb, en auto, in him. Number 9. Kai elegen autois, to sabaton dia ton anthropon egeneto, kai ucho anthropos dia to sabaton. Kai elegen autois means, and he was saying, autois, dative plural, to them. To sabaton, the Sabbath, it could be accusative, but the context makes it very clear that it is nominative. To sabaton, dia ton anthropon, dia means on account of when it's used with the accusative. Egeneto, was made. So what we have here is the Sabbath, subject, in the nominative case, egeneto, I'm typing it in Greek, was made, dia ton anthropon, for man or on account of man, for man. Kai uch, and not, ho anthropos, man, we could say the man, but he's not referring to a particular man. Ho anthropos here refers to mankind, humankind. Kai u ho anthropos dia to sabaton, and not the man on account of or for the Sabbath. Kai elegen autois, and he was saying to them, to sabaton dia ton anthropon egeneto, the Sabbath on account of man was made. Kai u ho anthropos, and not the man, dia to sabaton, on account of the Sabbath. Number 10. Kai ho Jesus metaton matheton autu anechoresen prosten thalasan. Kai ho Jesus metaton matheton autu anechoresen prosten thalasan. Kai is and. We know that anechoresen means he, she, or it withdrew. It's going to be he withdrew. Who's the he? The subject, of course, is ho Jesus. So it's and. Jesus withdrew. meta ton matheton autou is telling us that the disciples were with Jesus. So it's kai ho Jesus, meta ton matheton autou, and Jesus, together with his disciples, anichoresen prosten thalasan, withdrew to the lake. Number 11. Ha Ioannes kai ha Petros esin meta tu Jesu ento oiko tu kuriu. Ha Ioannes kai ha Petros esin meta tu Jesu ento oiko tu kuriu. Ha Ioannes, John, and ha Petros, Peter, are esin, are meta tu Jesu, meta with the genitive means with, are with Jesus, enter oiko, in the house, to kuriu, of the Lord. Nothing too difficult there. Number 12. Al hoi ochloi e poruthesan proston Jesun apotes thalases tes Galileas. Al hoi ochloi e poruthesan proston Jesun apotes thalases tes Galileas. But the crowd, kai al hoi ochloi, al means but, al hoi ochloi e poruthesan, traveled. Proston Jesun, to or towards Jesus, apotes thalases, apotes thalases, from the lake, tes Galileas, of Galilee. Al hoi ochloi e poruthesan proston Jesun apotes thalases tes Galileas. But the crowds traveled to Jesus from the lake of Galilee. Number 13. Kai epen hotheos to noe, kai tois hiois autou methautou. Kai epen hotheos to noe, kai tois hiois autou metautou. Kai epen hotheos, and God said, to noe, to Noah, kai tois hiois autou, and more datives. So Noah is a dative because he is the indirect object of God's speech. To Noe, kai tois hiois autou, and to his sons, metautou, with him. Kai epen hotheos to Noe, kai tois hiois autou metautou, and God said to Noah and to his sons with him. Number 14. Meta de tas hemeras tas polas, et elutesen ho basilios Aiguptu, kai kates de naxan, hoi hui to Israel, apoton ergon, kai aneboesan, proston theon apoton ergon. This is quite a mouthful and a very difficult sentence given our current level. Let's take it clause by clause. Meta de tas hemeras tas polas. Mounce tells us that tas polas means many and is modifying tas hemeras. So it means many days. Meta de, we know that de is but. Meta tas hemeras tas polas. Meta, when it's used with the accusative, often means after. And that's its meaning here. Tas hemeras tas polas is after many days. So meta de tas hemeras tas polas means, but after many days, et elutesen ho basilius tu Aiguptu. Ho basilius Aiguptu, the king of Egypt. Et elutesen means he died. So the king of Egypt died, and kai katestenexan, kai katestenaxan, they groaned. Who groaned? Hoi hioi to Israel. Hoi hioi Israel. So the they is the sons or children of Israel. Often it's hoi hioi to Israel, the article being added to make clear that Israel, which itself is indeclinable, is genitive. That's omitted here, but the meaning is still clear. Hoi hioi Israel is clearly the sons of Israel. So the king of Egypt died, and the sons of Israel groaned, katestenaksan, apoton ergon. They groaned from the works. This in itself isn't very clear. We recognize the context as being from the book of Exodus. They groaned because of the oppressive labor to which they were subjected. The Greek here literally means they groaned, apoton ergon, they groaned from their works, from the works. Okay, aneboesan, and they cried out, proston theon, to God, apoton ergon, from the works, from their works. Metade tase meras tas polas, but after many days, etelute sen ho Basilios Aiguptu, the king of Egypt died, kai katestenaksan, hoi hioi Israel, the sons of Egypt groaned, apoton ergon, from their works, kai aneboesan, and they cried out, proston theon apoton ergon, to God from their works. Number 15. Kai ekalesen auton, angelos kuriou, ektu uranu, kai epen auto, Abraham, Abraham, hode epen, idu ego. Kai ekalesen auton means, and he called out to auton, him. And he called out to him, kai ekalesen auton. Who called out to him? There's the nominative case, angelos. This would mean it's the subject, angelos kuriou, an angel of the Lord. You can also translate the angel of the Lord. Greek permits either in the case of the genitive phrase. We'll go with an angel of the Lord called out to him, ektu uranu, out of heaven, kai epen auto, and said to him, Abraham, 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 Abraham. Hode epen. Hode epen is a very common phrase. It's somewhat idiomatic. It means, and he said. Hode epen. And he said. Idu ego. Behold, I. Hode epen. Idu ego. Behold, I. Behold me is probably better English. Kai ekalesen auton angelos kuriou, ektu uranu, and he called out to him, an angel of the Lord. An angel of the Lord called out to him, ektu uranu, from heaven, kai epen auto, and said to him, Abraham, Abraham, hode epen, and he said, idu ego, behold I, or behold me. Number 16. Ugar apestelen hotheos ton hion eston kosmon, hina krine ton kosmon, al hina sothe ho kosmos diautu. Ugar apestelen hotheos ton hion eston kosmon, hina krine ton kosmon, al hina sothe ho kosmos diautu. This is the verse after the most famous verse in the Bible. It is John 3:17. For, gar, you realize is post-positive and means for. U apestelen would mean he did not send. Who's the he? Hotheos. So for God did not send. U gar apestelen hotheos. Ton hion is accusative. Did not send the Son. Eston kosmon, into the world. Hina krine. Hina means in order that, and normally denotes purpose. Hina krine ton kosmon. Krine means to condemn, in order to condemn the world. Ugar apestelen hotheos, ton hion es ton kosmon, for God did not send his Son into the world, hina krine ton kosmon, in order to condemn the world, al hina sothe, but in order that, sothe, ho kosmos diautu, sothe, it might be saved. What is the it? Answer, ho kosmos. In the nominative, functioning as the subject, the world might be saved, diautu, through him. We should probably change the idiom here a little bit so that the first hina is in order that, and then krine becomes he might condemn the world. Ugar apestelin hohios ton hion eston kosmon, for God did not send his Son into the world. Hina krine, in order that he might condemn ton kosmon, the world. Al hina sothe, but in order that it might be saved. Ho kosmos, the world, in order that the world might be saved, diautu, through him. Number 17. Metabebeken ektu thanatu esten zoen. Metabebeken, we are told, means he has been transformed. Ektu thanatu, out of death, esten zoen, into life. Metabebeken ektu thanatu esten zoen, he has been transformed out of death into life. Number 18. Pistuete eston theon, kai eseme pistuete. Pistuete eston theon, kai eseme pistuete. Pistuete, believe, eston theon, in God. Kai normally means and, eseme pistuete, in me, believe. There are a few ways that we can work around the idiom of this. We could say believe in God and believe in me. It's more commonly translated as believe in God, also believe in me. It amounts to the same thing. Pistuete eston theon, believe in God, kai eseme pistuete, and believe in me. Number 19. Sue ho Christos, ho hios to eulogetu. Sue ho Christos, ho hios to eulogetu. Sue ho Christos, you are. Sue means you are. Sue ho Christos, you are the Christ. And then the second nominative is in apposition to ho Christos, ho hios to eulogetu, the Son of the Blessed One. Sue ho Christos, ho hios to eulogetu, the Son of the Blessed One. And number 20. Ex eren de Moses tus hius Israel apothalases eruthras. Apothalases eruthras. Kai egagen autus esten eremon sur. Ex eren de Moses tus hius Israel apothalases eruthras. Kai egagen autus esten eremon sur. Ex eren, we are told, means he took. We are also familiar by now with de being post-positive, and the subject is Moses, Moses. So, but Moses took tus hius Israel, the sons of Israel, apo, from, thalases eruthras means literally the sea, the red one. So it's from the Red Sea, kai egagen, and he led autus, them, esten eremon sur, into the wilderness, eremon or desert of Sur. Ex eren de Moses tus hius Israel apothalases eruthras, and Moses took the sons of Israel, apothalases eruthras, from the Red Sea, kai egagen, and he led them, autus, este in ere monsur, into the wilderness of Sur. And that brings us to the end of translation exercise number 8. As usual, I encourage you to work through the exercises to make sure that you understand all of the translations. You might find value in comparing my translations with what is offered by Mounce. And where there are differences, try to understand them. Anything that you've struggled to understand, rework that until the reasons for the translation are clear.